already getting started here today. Yeah, did I mention last week that we had that shit going on? Got yeah, maybe I didn't. I'm trying to think if I did mention that last week. Had some the upstairs neighbor's water heater broke, and so we had to move all of our stuff out of our storage unit as well as our closet. So we have no space, so we gotta put stuff in the living room, behind me and just all around. So today I'm gonna be doing another yeah, wait a minute, I need to update the ticker and everything. I'm a little late to get started today. Just not feeling great last week. Didn't get to stream much on my other channels, and finally got around to doing some work on Sunday with some stream updates, and I let the ADHD get a hold of me, and just went for it for 12 plus hours. And so yesterday I was very tired, and today I'm very tired again. So yesterday tried to do another update. Thought I had a head of steam coming out of that Sunday one, but boy, my brain just shut down. So I'm gonna be working on tutorials today. Let me see. I want to get open the tutorial Tuesday. There we go. And it's going to be week 7, week 8. I guess we're on week 8. And let me update the ticker here. Get that settled, because what we're doing this week is a little bit different. We're continuing from last week. So I don't really need to change that much about the ticker. Yeah, so how this is going to work is that I'm going to do a tutorial and put on some music in the background and run some pomodoros. So you can use those pomodoros. I find this very useful as kind of a for myself, for keeping committed to goals. So today I would like to complete the tutorial that I've been working on from last week, which I think was the music player thing. Yeah, learn basic string and array methods by building a music player. And then we have a certification project after that. We might get to the certification project. So I think what I'm going to do, I really do want to mix it up though, and do some Python as well. So hopefully I'll have some time to do a Python project as well. But boy, I'm really getting started late, so I might not be able to get to that. Yeah. So it is week 8, and I need to change this ticker. Okay, so that's all I really need to do. That's all I really need to do is that. So do that. So we're going to leave the ticker for a second. And come back up with this one. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let me get the Pomodoros going. Sorry, I'm very, very scattered today. But once I get started, we should be able to hit the ground running. Where am I? Where am I here? Let's see, gotta get the Pomodoros up. Okay, so let's get the Pomodoros started. And dig into this, this tutorial from FreeCodeCamp. So let me get scripts up. I do need to find another way to do these Pomodoros on screen because this doesn't do the long break, I don't think. I don't see how it does it. I don't know when it does the long break. Session limit is 4. I'm going to do 8. I guess I'll do 8 is what I'll say, and then session limit reaches... Is there... I guess that's what I'll try, because I think after 4 it resets, right? I think it's 4 Pomodoros, and then it does a long break. I don't know how it works, actually. Let me, yeah, let's just go with this. Okay, well, let's get started. Hopefully this works well. There we go. So I've got I was editing some scenes and that stuff. So let me get up a FreeCodeCamp screen here. I was also thinking about downloading Vim on my my other machine, because I've been trying to use alternatives to VS Code. VS Codium is one. I really would like to know what the long-term support is for that project. I know Vim has a lot of support. The main problem I have with VS Codium was the syntax highlighting and the fact that, you know, Pylance is a great little extension that does a lot of things for syntax highlighting, for finding environment resolving, so like finding imports and stuff like that. So finding from your virtual environment whether or not you have a package installed and what's in the imports, what's you know, what methods are available to you, and that is owned by Microsoft. That particular thing is, I don't think it's not open source. So Microsoft does open source. They're kind of perverting the term open source, because it's only open insofar as you know what the code is, but they block out other things. So you can't just take a derivative of the code and have it run the same way. They block third-party kind of clones from being fully functional as VS Code is from the extensions and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do it, to get that set up. But it's been a headache for 2 days that I've been trying to set it up to my liking. And like I can get, if I use Jedi as the language server, then like sometimes it works. And then if I, you know, use Pylance, sometimes it works. It's just a mess. So I'm trying to look for an alternative to that. And I thought maybe I should just learn Vim. Like, I don't know. It's just a pain in the ass to navigate. Like, but like I've heard that like once you learned Vim, then you didn't never want to go back. But I don't know. I'm old, you know. I don't know what the payoff is here, learning Vim. So, I mean, it'll be slow to get started, and I kind of want to move quickly. So I was thinking maybe I should do like Notepad++ or something like that. But in any event, I'm just scatterbrained right now, and I'm just trying to get focused on the thing that I want to do today, which is this string array methods, building a music player. So I gotta review what's been done so far, and oh, I thought I should like go and review the video from last week, but I'm not sure. So we have something that plays, it pauses, it goes to the next video or the next song. It's not displaying the song though, right? Okay. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. My brain is scattered here. Especially last week, I didn't really pay a lot of attention. Wasn't very mindful about going about the tutorial steps and understanding the big picture. So I'm trying to, I want to stop myself when I do that, but like when I'm doing the Pomodoros, it feels like kind of committed in that sense. And okay, so we are like 2/3 of the way done, right? Okay, so we have our playlist songs, play button, pause button, next button, previous button, shuffle button. Those are all in the HTML. I think those are all set up already. I think everything in the HTML and the CSS is done, right? We're just doing the yeah, I think we're only focused on the JavaScript right now. Okay, so then we have this object, this JSON object, this all songs, where I have ID, title, artist, duration, and source for each of these songs. And we have an audio object here. And this was the thing that I was looking at last week, I think, was... let me actually bring up last week's notes. So last week we looked at the HTML5 audio element. And then we had the spread operator, which copies all of the elements from one array into another. We looked at arrow functions. Those are the anonymous functions, like similar to lambda functions in Python. So you can call them after assigning to a variable as well, just like you can in lambda or in Python. You can take parameters and work on those parameters, right? The code acting on the params. And then there's implicit return calls. So you don't have to actually put your code in this block. You can just do an implicit call. And then we looked at callback functions, which are functions passed to another function as an argument. That's how they defined it. A join separator method concatenates all methods of an array to a single string. And this is a method of strings, right? So, or a method on lists. This is a list method. How did we use that? Let's see if we have that in here. I don't know where it is. I don't see it. I don't see where it is. Let's see if we can find it in the page here. 2 of 2. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it is a... So the map, and then we did the map object. So I didn't know that, but right. So it's an array. We have an array. We're gonna map and return something. Right. So this is an explicit return call. We have to explicitly return this inside of this arrow function. But if you just put this in parentheses or you know, otherwise just as one line, you can do an implicit return call. Okay. What else did we look at? We did sorting method. These are list methods, right? And then we have optional chaining, helps prevent errors when accessing nested properties that might be null or undefined. So okay. I'm curious about what that actually does. If that's like a I want to get the docs up too. Oh boy. If that is actually a if it actually helps to prevent errors, or if it just is like suppresses the errors. If it just suppresses error messages or coerces the nulls to be, you know, something. But I'm not. I don't want to dive into that right now. So our takeaways then. Oh, we also looked at, okay, sort and then that. So we did also look at the map function. So I'm not sure what happened there, why I didn't take a note of that. My brain shut off at some point last week. So yeah, I'm trying to get back focused here, but boy, it is, yeah, I just got to remember that, you know, this first Pomodoro is usually just me getting my head back into this. Oh, gosh, okay. I have been feeling a lot of anxiety lately. I mean, last week was a crazy week, and not a good week in the US as far as the acceleration of the Project 2025 plan put out by the Heritage Foundation that is basically guiding the Trump administration at this point. Like, shit is bad. It's not going to be good. It's just happening so fast. So, I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's see. So we're on step 61. Okay. And I don't know if I have these things. I don't really do any of this stuff. I want to have that just automated. We can automate all that stuff. Yeah, we could set that up as so the map, and then the map takes a function. And this isn't a callback function. Like, I don't understand why. Like, callback functions are functions passed to another function. And that's not entirely true, right? I mean, putting the map method on the list method. I should just or array method, I should say, right? Because there aren't lists, there are arrays in. I think it applies a transformation. They're returning the transform. That's my understanding of how I would say that, right? And then the join, this is a array method as well. Join array method. Okay. Should I put this in this week? Maybe I should, because this is where I'm talking about it. Just for what do you want to call it? Just for posterity, for future reference, if I want to come back to this. Okay. So I think close that one down, so we understand what's going on there. So I'm gonna review. So we did step 61 last week, but going to do it again to make sure I understand this. So if you check closely, you'll see the currently playing song is not highlighted in the playlist, so you don't really know which song is playing. You can fix this by creating a function to highlight in the song being played. And so they want us to use the arrow syntax to create a highlight current function. So you have to call function, I think, right? And then highlight. Oh, wait a minute, because we want an arrow function, so we don't need to use that. So oh gosh, okay, so you assign it to const, right? Highlight current song, and then what was our syntax again? So you take the function, inside the function, use this. So are we passing any arguments here? Any parameters? And then query selector all. We want the playlist song class and assign it to a playlist songs element constant. So for each So I think we do need to do this. We're not doing any return statement, right? Well, this is kind of odd because I did this last week, and somehow I'm just blanking on how we did this. Playlist song elements const for each one. Now that's weird though, because how is that going to work? Yeah, I don't quite understand what I'm supposed to do. Let's see. So if you check closely, see the currently playing song is not highlighted in the playlist. You don't really know which song's playing. Highlight current song. The playlist song element and assign it to did you just find it? Because so playlist song elements, I guess, is that what we need to do? Do we already have this? Playlist song elements? Let's see. I don't think we do. Okay. Really wish you could do word wrapping on this. I wonder if there's a... Yeah. If there's a way to do that. Boy, okay. Let's see. Do you have to put it like that? Oh, it is that. Okay. Okay, so we do assign... Because there's only going to be one? Highlight current song. Oh, wait. Okay. Right. Okay. Because we're going to use this to apply it to each element. Okay. Now I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what's going to come next. Let's see. This project kind of got away from me, so I'm not really entirely... I don't have a good idea about what's stage of the project we're in here. You need to get the ID of the currently playing song. Ooh, okay. Okay, so for this you can use... trying to think of where the sound comes from for. Oh, I think that's why. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break. Alrighty, let's get back. Right, so we can do this with a template literal. So we have user data as a functional, okay, there's an object somewhere that gets created somewhere. Right here with the, okay, in the audio. Well, no, that's just, all right, yeah, we're just setting the user data. Okay, yep. Set the user data here, and then manipulate it from there. Okay, so current user data, we want to find the ID of the current song, right? So user data current song, which we set up earlier, and I think this will do. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Well, wait a minute. What is this then? I'm very confused. How have we used get element by ID before? Let's see. Okay, wait a minute. How have we used this before? Okay, so we did it here. Document, okay. Oh, I think I... Okay. um... Is this what we want to do? Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Okay. Right. Okay. So we want to use... Oh, I can't... Something got fucked up here. There it goes. Okay. Right. Okay. This is what we want to do. That's it. Okay. I don't know why it's taking so long though. Oh no, it says sorry your code does not pass. Hang in there. I guess I didn't do it right. Okay, I did it right. It just... Okay. Okay. There's nothing to add yet, right? Except for this. We have to loop through the playlist song elements with a for each method. Oh. Okay. So that's a new method. I don't think we've encountered that before. An array method as well. It performs a function on each element of the array, but how is that different from map? It just, gosh, I guess map. Yeah. I guess for each doesn't return a doesn't return the array, the changed array, I guess. I guess you don't change an array, you just... Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Not quite. It's used for here. Okay. So we have the playlist song elements array, and we can use the for each method, and then we want a function here. Okay, so we want song L as the parameter. And an empty callback. I think this is it. Empty callback. Right. Very confused. So is this thing called the callback function? Maybe. Alright, become a supporter. Please support FreeCodeCamp. I really wish someone could do it in my name, and then I won't have these ads on here, but you know, that's okay. I feel okay taking a quick break to ask for support for FreeCodeCamp. Make these tutorials even better. So within the callback function, use the remove attribute method to remove the aria current attribute. This will remove the attribute for each of the songs. Okay. Remove attribute. Did we define this for song elements? I feel like this is something that we defined. Did we define this remove attribute thing? Matches. Gosh, I really don't like the way that they do this here. It doesn't highlight anything. Can't find it in the page. Can't find it in the text. Can I select all? It's so weird. It doesn't highlight it. Not even in like this part. Remove attribute, remove attribute. Where's the third reference to that? I think I'm better off like going into the source code or something. Where is it in here? Oh my gosh, there's a HTML embedded within an HTML file. Nested HTMLs. Oh, because it's inside an iframe. Ah, makes sense. Maybe it's like I don't know. Okay. And then it's in this block here. Oh, interesting. So you're running that script.js, but then you're also adding more JavaScript inside of this script. That's funny. Okay, so I think this is the parser. We can find the answer in here. Because it's going to try to get all songs there. Wait a minute. Play the songs. Right, okay. I think that's just our code. So weird. Somehow it's hidden in here. I don't know how. Oh well. I don't think... I guess this is something that's built in. Did we... Because I don't know if we talked about this. Search current file. I think there's a search or plugin. Turned off because Obsidian is reinstalled into Obsidian too, because this has been a hog. Let's see if this works. I don't think we talked about this at all yet. So obviously, like what it does, I guess, is gonna remove an attribute from a element. Aria current. Why would it remove that? And then we're gonna probably add something to it. We're gonna change the attribute. So you have to first remove the attribute and then add an attribute. You can't just alter it. confused. Like, what is the ARIA current? I search within here. Because the player should be in here, and then it should say I think this is the base HTML. It's not the altered one, right? Because I don't think when we click on here, it doesn't change anything over here. Oh, here it is. ARIA label, ARIA current. What are those, though? What are those attributes? So it's going to remove that attribute altogether. Why do you need to... accessibility? The current item within a container or set of... Okay. Oh, okay, so it's for accessibility. Indicate to the cited user that this is the current element within its group. The ARIA current should be used to inform the assistive technology user what has been indicated via styling. Okay, ARIA current equals page. What does that mean? In a breadcrumb list, when a link within a set of pagination links is styled to indicate the user is currently on that page, ARIA current equals page should be set on that link in a multi-step based project. So ARIA is what is it? Assistive resource something? I don't know. What does that stand for? Can we like go back to what ARIA is? I feel like did they talk about what this is? What the ARIA thing is? Maybe not. Maybe it's outside the scope of this this tutorial, and maybe that's a more basic thing on, you know, it's certainly a HTML thing. So let me see, maybe I can just search for ARIA. Look up the glossary as well. Accessible rich internet applications. Okay, well, I'm going to take a note because that's something important to know. I didn't know this was a thing. Okay, so I'm gonna take a break. But okay, that's something to learn.
back to it.
All right. Supplements HTML. Yeah. Seems restrictive. They're commonly used, so only the commonly used ones. Some interactions in widgets. Assistive technologies. When there is not otherwise a mechanism. Okay, that's so... Okay. When there is not otherwise a mechanism. Alright. Alrighty then. I think this is all I need to do. Yeah. And we should be just about 2/3 of the way done. Now you need to add the attribute back to the currently playing song. Well, that's so... Okay. I'm just thinking like an optimizer here to search through every single element and then like remove the attribute from every element when like it's not okay. Like you could keep track of it in other ways, in more efficient ways. But especially if your list gets very large, the playlist, right? It would definitely slow down quite a bit trying to start to apply every single tiny thing to each element. So we're gonna add the element to whatchamacurly. So we need if the song to highlight what does that mean? If it's truthy, then, right? So song to highlight is on, so that it's not none, it's not null. Then the song to highlight, which we get that object, then we want to set the attribute to the same aria current. And then so I guess you pass in the attribute and then the value for the attribute. Okay. Alright, moving on. Inside the play song function, call the highlight current song. What does that mean? Inside of the play song function, call the highlight current song function. So play song takes a function. No, it takes, so for play song is a function. It's going to take the ID. Highlight current song. So, but highlight current song isn't returning anything, is it? It's not. It doesn't return anything. This should be, I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I really think there should be a semicolon here. Just for... yeah. Code standards, readability, extensibility. Oh, okay. So we're inside of the place. Oh my gosh. My brain is not with it today. Okay, so this is inside of the yeah, the function, how the function's gonna operate. And then if we hit play, oh, okay, I see. Nice. I need to get some more, we'll call it music. Royalty-free music. I'm guessing that Quincy does this. What's going on? How come we're not going to the next challenge? We're 67% complete. I go to the next challenge? Okay, there we go. So slow. Okay. Need to display the current song title and artist in the player display. Okay. Okay. So, wait, what do you want me to do? Use const set player display and arrow syntax to create an empty. Oh, right, okay. Alright, just like that. Oh boy. Like this chair is just not, this chair's not it for me. Maybe I should like put that on my wish list. Yeah, get out of that. Oh boy, set player display. Obtain references to the HTML elements responsible for displaying the song and artist. So the player song title and player song artist elements with the get element by ID method. Assign them to variables playing song and song artist respectively. Do they need to be constants or... Do we already have playing song and song artist? Don't think so. Okay. So we need to use the document get element by ID. Your song title. All right. Okay. I'm learning some things here. You know, when I see that hashtag, I know that means ID. So then you need to use the get element by ID method. And if you're using classes to find the classes, you need to use the query selector or the query selector all or something like that. Hopefully there's an example of that up here. Really, let me see. Where did we do that? Oh, maybe it was down here. Yeah, query selector all. So that returns all of them, all of the playlist song elements in it, right? Yeah. So we need to access the user data, current song, the title from the current song from the user data. Okay. So we're going to get the current title, which is in user data. And we're just looking for those properties. And I'm guessing that we're just doing this for a little bit of clarity. Okay. Alright, so we have a new thing to take a look at. Text content. Sets the text of a node. So you have an ID for this. We'll some text content. Element document.get element by ID example. Console.log element.text content. Some text content. Okay. And we've done it's been a while since we've seen the ternary operator, a couple of weeks now, I think. We're going to conditionally set the text content value. So you do condition, question mark, what happens when it's true, colon, or what happens when it's false, right? Yeah. And so it's like return this when I'm true and then return this when I'm false. So we want to check if the current title evaluates to truthy. So we can just, call it playing song. Text content is going to be equal to current title, and then otherwise set it to an empty string. Okay, but what are we assigning the result of this to? I guess nothing. We don't have a result for this. So check if this is truthy. I think you use double. So that's not it. That's not what the problem is, apparently. Okay. Sure here. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, we want to set it to the empty string. Oh my gosh. Okay. Right, so what we can do is this then. I guess I could do it that way, but then... Yes, we should be able to do it this way. Wait a minute. Yeah. All right. Gosh. Okay. Artist. Text. Content. It's there, and then. Make that true there. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. Yeah, because I guess you could do this. No, I guess, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Ternary operator, I think, only returns. Values. I don't think you can run any code on that, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's only values. Okay. It's, specifically this if-else chain. Okay. All right. So notice that it's returning a value. It's not actually like running code on. It's returning this thing. You can't. As far as I know, you can't do any kind of assignment or anything inside of here. Could be wrong on that though. Ensure the player's display updates whenever a new song begins playing, and then call the set player display function within this play song function. Okay. Sorry there. Someone knocked on the door. Okay, she's going nuts. Just keep an ear out in case they knock again. Okay, Hypatia, hang on. Alrighty, sorry for the interruption. We're gonna have lots of interruptions now because of Greystar deciding not to do inspections on the water heater, so they'll just let them just blow out when they rust out, and then you have to go through this bullshit where you have to let contractors into your apartment to fix the drywall and fix the rot that is in the water damage. So, thanks, Greystar. To make the application more accessible, it is important that the play button describes the current song or the first song in the playlist. Start by creating an empty arrow function called setPlayButton. And you know what? I've never had as many problems as I've had with a Greystar property. Renting for like 10 years now. They suck. They're terrible. It is important that the play button describes the current song. Okay, so we want to set an arrow function called setPlayButton accessible text. And we'll have an empty arrow function already. Okay. So you need to get the currently playing song or the first song in the playlist. To get that, we want to create a song constant and use the OR operator to set it to the current song of user data or the first song in the user songs. Don't forget to use optional change. What is... Okay. This feels like something new that we haven't covered yet. That's what we wanted. Okay, so this OR operator is interesting. So if this is true... Oh, it's so weird. Okay. Truthy... Is this truthy things or something? This is like a very special case of, and kind of like not intuitive of how I would expect this to work. Because like, oh gosh, it's just like the truthy values and the truth and the Boolean things are not the same. I don't know, I need to like read up on that or something. Because what I would be expecting here is like, if this is true or this is true, then this whole thing will evaluate to true. But if it's both, the only way song would be false is if both of those things are false. But that's not what's happening, I guess. Is that you're either assigning it user data current song if it exists. And if it doesn't exist, then you're going to get user data there. So, and the way that it's doing this is to do that truthy check, right? That check on truthiness. And so if it does exist, then it's true. It's truthy, right? If it doesn't exist, then it's like none or whatever. Okay, so if it does exist, then it's a song object, right? And that evaluates the truthy. And if it doesn't exist, then it's like a null object or a none object. And then that is falsy. And so if it's falsy, then we'll go to this other one. Okay. Right. And then there's, what's the other idea there? It says short circuiting. So if this thing happens first, then it'll return this. Otherwise, if it's false, then it'll go on to this one. So if it's true, then it short circuits running this other thing. It doesn't need to check that. It just checks this first one. User data songs. Okay. Oh gosh, this is just really funky stuff with the truthiness stuff. I think that's probably the biggest kind of idea that I need to understand better in JavaScript than like all the other languages that I've worked with. Set play button accessible text function will set the ARIA label attribute to the current song or to the first song in the playlist. Oh gosh, my brain is just all over the place. I can't focus on this. Oh. That long break cannot come soon enough. But we still got 17 minutes to go. So we're gonna set so this is going to set the ARIA label attribute to the current song or to the first song in the playlist. And if the playlist is empty, then it sets it to the ARIA label play. Okay. So or to the first song in the playlist. So we're probably going to use that ternary thing, assuming. Okay, so right, okay. Set an attribute named ARIA label on the play button. Okay, so we already have I did see that we have the play button available to us. And so we have the ARIA label. And then we want to set that to okay. Set the attribute value to play song title. Okay. So we're going to check if song title is available. If that evaluates the truthy. Otherwise, we're going to return play. Okay. And I think that's it, right? I think that's what we're looking for. I guess we're not. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Why is it like this? Oh, because there's going to be an error otherwise. So it will return null. Oh, okay. So it suppresses the error that it doesn't exist, and it just returns none or null. Okay. And I really should find out. I did some coding in Python over the weekend, and yesterday, so I'm getting a lot of wires crossed when it comes to data types. Not fully confident I understand that all of the data types in JavaScript yet. Okay. And so that's what that is, right? Okay. And then we're going to call the set play button accessible text inside of the play song function. Okay. That's all we're doing. Easy peasy. Step 76. Using const and arrow syntax to create an empty function called shuffle, and then so this function is responsible for shuffling the songs in the playlist, performing necessary state management updates after the shuffling. So right now we're just doing an empty arrow function for shuffle. And in earlier steps, we learned how to work with the sort method to sort the songs in alphabetical order. And another use case for the callback function is to randomize an array, right? Okay. One way to randomize an array of items would be to subtract 0.5 from math random, which produces random values that are either positive or negative. But why 0.5? This makes the comparison result a mix of positive or negative value. Okay, right, leading to a random ordering of elements. Why does it have to be positive or negative? Why couldn't you just do it without that? That's confusing to me. Like, why can't it be from 0 to 1 if you're sorting? Why does it have to be between negative 0.5 and 0.5? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. I wonder if there's like, yeah, I don't. Wait, where's the feedback thing? Where is it? Because it shouldn't. Isn't there like a forum or something? Hang on. log in for this. It's apparently a new login. Okay, I just want to search. Let's just search for this line of code here and see if anyone's referenced it or something. Yeah. Right. It is step 71. And then someone mentions it in step 62 here. Someone just has an error. Ball. Why does this need to be between, like, I don't understand. Why wouldn't it be able to sort it that way? Because what this is doing, for each value in names, it's just a kind of basically like assigning a number between. Why would it need to be between? This doesn't make any sense. Why won't it work otherwise? Let me test this, because this doesn't make any sense why it wouldn't work. I don't get it. If it were like between 0, if it was 1, why would it break? Why would it break if it was 1? I don't know, man. All right, so we're gonna take and then we're gonna do a math random, like, and then that's the shuffle, but then we would have to call the shuffle on something. And we'd have to assign it to the event listener and all that stuff. We do have a shuffle button though, don't we? Yeah, we do have the shuffle button already. So if I set that, but are we within? Are we inside of a? No, we're not. No, we're not. Okay. So we could do add event listener to the button, right? It's shuffle button dot add event listener, and it's on click. And you just call the shuffle function then. Oh, but that's not really doing anything, is it? Because we need to then resort the list or something. Where did we get the list from, though? I don't understand this part. Why does it need to be between there? Why wouldn't it work otherwise? What's with this sort method? So it's on the array, right? It's array method sort. And then wait, this alters it in place, right? Yeah, it does sort it in place. Okay. So it should work. Is it just not updating or something? And then... does it like display the list or something? Set player display? And I bet we need to set player display then, like after that, right? Is that it? Okay, I'm very confused why this does this. Why clicking on it doesn't... because it, I mean, it's not changing the color. Oh, because it's not... right, this only sets the display. It's not setting... oh, we need to render songs. I think that's what we need to do. We need to set render songs then. It's not player display that we're after. It's render songs. Array is undefined. Which array is undefined? This one. Render songs, we have to pass an array. And then I think what we do is user data songs. That's it. Okay. See, I think it still works. I don't understand why you would need to have it in between. Why would it need to be negative and positive? It doesn't make any sense. Right? Like, it still works. I don't get it. Why does it need to be between negative 0.5 and 0.5? Somebody needs to explain that to me. All right, I'm going on lunch, but this is basically what we're going to do in the second half of this. So that should go pretty breezily. And then we're still seeing short break. Why does it do that? I don't know. Maybe I'll do another one. And then I'll take lunch. Which one am I on? Am I on 3 or 4? I don't know which Pomodoro I'm on, but I'll take a quick one. Alrighty, let's get back to it. Here we go. This is basically what we're going to do is going to do that. So I can add all that other, extra stuff on there. Let's see. It passes, even though it does all the extra stuff too. When the shuffle button is pressed, you want to set the current song to nothing. Okay. Alright, so we want to do some other extra stuff. That's in the user data. Current song, this is an assignment, so we don't need to use the whatchamacall operator. Option chaining is what they call that. And then user data, song current time to 0. Yeah, not using optional chaining for this step because you are explicitly setting the current song and song current title properties to be null and 0. Well, you're just doing an assignment, basically. So you don't need it for assignment because it doesn't. If it doesn't exist, you are assigning it something. So. If the value doesn't exist, I mean. If the variable still needs to be declared. You should also re-render the songs, pause the currently playing song, set the player display, and set the play button accessible text again. Yep, we need to call render songs because, and we need to pass in user data. And in this step, we do need that because if the songs list doesn't exist, then we need to pass in none. And also call the pause song. And I don't think you need to pass anything into pause song, right? Sort songs is here. Maybe I need to go back to this step. Maybe it was that one. Right. This is just the user pointing out some pedagogy, like where should this idea be introduced in this tutorial. Yeah. It implies that sort without parameters is always incorrect, and that baseline should be... Right, okay. Interesting. have a shuffle function yet. All right, whatever. Okay, so let's do this. So we're on 5 of 8 apparently. Okay, and then maybe after 5 you do a long break. I have no idea how this is supposed to work. Should look into that after I finish this. Sort songs. Well, I see that like the sort songs function is returning -1 if oh, cool. Okay, I can zoom in. It's returning -1 if it's lexicographically less than, right? And then it's returning 1 if there's that. I just don't understand why it has to be between 0 and 1. Because this is basically returning like, okay, this is false. I need to understand that sort method better, I think. Like... Alright, I think that's just a little bit in the weeds, though. Okay, back from the lunch. And I'm gonna finish up here, and we're on step 88. So I'm probably gonna go. This is probably gonna be pretty quick, but I'm gonna go on mute and run the Pomodoros. And let's see. So it is still on a. It says short break, but I think the text is wrong on that. Oh, this sucks. Skip session. Yeah, there it goes. So we're on the focus time now. Okay. Don't know why it was all messed up before. But I'm gonna go on mute, and I'll be back in a little bit, I guess. Alrighty, so finished with that tutorial, and I'm really tired, so I'm gonna end this early. And yeah, so I need to set up for next week. So next week, we're gonna do the palindrome checker, which is I believe, a quick little one. I don't know how many steps we need to take. I think it's okay. Yeah, so there's user stories, 17 of those. This might actually take a long time. It could either go really quickly or really slowly. It might take a while. But then the next one is learn date object by building a date formatter. That might go quickly. I'm gonna shoot for trying to get both of those done next week. But I'm not entirely sure. Let me go back to left here. Yeah, so we have the palindrome checker, and then there's the learn date object. Building a date formatter. So I think that's going to be it's going to be a lot. Especially since I'm going to review. And I'm going to just make sure that I have enough sleep for that one. Boy, I'm not feeling that well past couple days. So I'll actually do this off screen. I'm going to do my takeaways once I gather my thoughts again. Yeah, and then I'll see it next week. I'm going to try to fix the Pomodoro thing too. Haven't spent any time doing that. Yeah. So, ta-ta for now, and we'll see